Welcome to the Daily Trivia Show. This is a live quiz in which we actually meet you every day in the morning and quiz your mind. And if you are able to, participate in our quiz, your critical thinking abilities are pristine. So the rule of the games are very simple. The question will get displayed on the screen, and then after that you will get 60 seconds to send in your response, and then I will actually review your response and then declare winner. All right, let's proceed to our first question. In the year 1866, who invents rotary crank bike? The bike that we see today is very similar to that, but then who invented the first version of that? And your time starts now. Well, bicycle is a remarkable vehicle, and it helps you to basically go from point A to point B, and now you have e-bikes, etc. So using human power, you can actually travel around from point A to point B. But who invents the first crank bike? Let's find the answer. It is the French inventor Pierre Lallemant. Pierre Lallemant is the French engineer and inventor who actually invented the first bicycle as we know it. I mean, the first variant of the modern bicycle as we know it today. And Chandrasen, welcome to the show. Good morning. And let's go to the next question. In the year 1886, Sherlock Holmes' first story is published. What was the title of the story? And the time starts now. Friends, as you know that the Sherlock Holmes is a fictitious character, is fictional character written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the stories written by Arthur Conan Doyle was around this main character known as Sherlock Holmes, who is the basically the world class investigating officer of the day, and therefore his first short story was published today in the 1800s, and let's see if there is an answer. Okay, so Chandrasen says, let me display your answer. Chandrasen says a study in scarlet. Let's see if your answer is right. Absolutely right, Chandrasen, your answer is absolutely right. Great job. Let's proceed to the next question. In the year 1914, which country starts requiring photographs to be put on the passports of the traveler? And your time starts now. So, friends, as you know that the passport has a mandatory requirement to put your latest photograph, at least the photograph which matches your description, you and physical world. But who started putting a photograph on the passport for the first time? Which country? And I see some answers. Uh, Chandrasen says US, and so is Bikram Das. Bikram Das, welcome to the show. And your answer is US. Both of you says US. Let's see if your answer is correct. Absolutely right. Both of you are absolutely right. Bingo. Bikram Das, great job. And Chandrasen, great job as well. Let's proceed to the next question. In the year 1917, which country used the battle tank in a battle for the very first time? 1917, a battle tank used in a battle for the very first time. Which was this country? And the time starts now. Well, we know that the modern battle tanks were not always present in the war. It actually entered during the First World War. And this was a device which was used to, bulldoze into the trenches of the enemy. And, this was developed in such a high secrecy that in order to protect it from the spies of other nations, this country who introduced the tank, they actually hired bunch of welders and bunch of plumbers, and they said that they are going to actually build a water tank, and that's how the name stuck, and the battle tank is now known as tank. Let's find out who have been able to give the answer. Chandrasen says United Kingdom, Bikram Das says America, Karampal says US. So let's see whose answer is right. It is Chandrasen, the Britain, which is UK, that developed this technology to break into German lines, and therefore your answer is absolutely right. Chandrasen, you are absolutely correct. So Bikram Das and Karampal, well tried, but United States of America did not enter the First World War, and as it is, they were like divided by the Atlantic Ocean in between. Whereas the UK is just across the pond. There is only 4 kilometers of ocean, so they could carry their new invention, which is battle tank, all the way to Europe and fight it out. So that is the reason that UK is wanting to break into enemy lines during the First World War, and they designed this machinery called tank as we know it today. Let's go to the next question quickly. In the year 1931, Rolls-Royce, the famous Rolls-Royce, acquired another automotive giant way back in 1931. Which was the other company? And your time starts now. Friends, if you don't know the history of Rolls-Royce, which produced the world-class cars today and known for the quality and, the cars are also very expensive. But then if you have the money, you would like to, travel in style, and Rolls-Royce is probably one of the top names that will come to your mind. But Rolls-Royce is basically, as you can see, there are two names, Rolls and Royce. So Royce was the engineering brain behind the company, and Rolls was the brand name, because Rolls belongs to a very high society family, and he was also one of the pioneer aviator back in the days. He in fact lost his life very early, even after forming the company Rolls-Royce to manufacture cars, which primarily look after by Royce. But Rolls actually was busy in his aviation expedition, and he actually died in an aviation accident. However, there was another equally powerful engineer in the days who started building an equivalent car which was competing with Rolls-Royce. These are really high-end cars. Each car is handmade, and therefore Rolls-Royce acquiring another company which is competing with them was a news. So let's see who have been able to give the answer. Chandrasen says Bentley, and Bikram Das says BMT, which is Bentley Motor Company. Let's see if your answers are right. Absolutely right. It's Bentley Motors. Both of you, Bikram Pal, as well as Chandrasen, both of you have been able to give the right answer. Bentley was acquired by Rolls-Royce way back in 1931. Let's proceed to the next question now. In the year 1977, who becomes the first Arab leader to address the Israeli Knesset, which is the Parliament of Israel, in the year 1977? And the time starts now. Friends, for whatever religious ideological differences, the Arab nation don't like Israelis because they think they are Jews. And right from the very beginning, they never liked Israel country being set up in their own backyard. However, the history says that this land where the Arab is ruling today originally belonged to Israelites almost for 3000 years. So it was but natural to offer them this place, and Jerusalem is the birthplace of Judaism. However, in spite of all these confusion, there was one courageous Arab leader who decided to visit Israel, not only visit Israel, but also make a public statement in their parliament. Who was that leader? And let's see who have been able to give the answer. Chandra Sen, you're rocking. You have given an Anwar Sadat. Let's see if your answer is right. Absolutely right. Egyptian President Anwar Sadat accepted the invitation from Israel, became the first Arab leader to visit Israel and also address publicly in their parliament. And Chandra Sen, absolutely right. Let's go to the next question. In the year 1982, which future superstar host Saturday Night Live, very popular show in the US and also world over, when this superstar was just 7 years of age? It is very difficult to, host a talk show which is based on entertainment. But this superstar, future superstar, because at the age of 7, this person was not superstar, carried on and host the Saturday Night Live. Who was this person? And the time starts now. So friends, Saturday Night Live is a very popular comedy talk show where several stars comes and several people, actually celebrity, sometimes host, and there are different regular hosts also. In such a competitive environment, this person was just 7 years old when this person hosted the Saturday Night Live for the very first time, being a just a child. So I see two responses. Chandra Sen says Drew Barrymore, and Bikram Das also say Drew. Both of them give the same answer. Let's see if their answers are correct. Absolutely correct. Both of you, Chandra Sen and Bikram Das, your answers are right. She is a very talented actress, and when she was only 7 years old, she hosted the Saturday Night Live. Amazing. Let's go to the next question. In the year 1985, version 1 of which very popular operating system was released? And the time starts now. Well, friend, this was an easy question, isn't it? You know, version 1 of which operating system? Because this is very recent and it's very logical. I mean, the answer must be in your mind. Let's see who have been able to give the right answer. Uh, Chandra Sen says Windows 1.0. Vikram Das says Windows 1.0. Let's see if your answers are correct. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Both of you have guessed it right. And the Microsoft Windows 1.0 first version of Windows was released way back in 1985, that is today on November 20th. Alright, let's proceed to the next question. In the year 2002, what is the name of the 20th James Bond movie, which was the last movie of Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry? It was released today on November 20th in the year 2002. It is the 20th James Bond movie. What was its name? And the time starts. Are you a James Bond fan? If you are, then you would know the answer. This was the last movie of Pierce Brosnan, the legendary Bond, who acted in at least 4 to 5 movies, and Pierce Brosnan was replaced by Daniel Craig. However, this was his last movie, but very popular one. Let's see if there are any answers. So I don't see any answers so far. So let me give you the answer. It is Die Another Day, very popular movie, and this was the last remnant of the Cold War. And in this movie, they have shown the North Korea being the villain. I mean, some rogue element in North Korea being the villain in this movie. So amazing movie, lot of special effects, and Pierce Brosnan played a stellar role in this movie as well, along with Rosamund Pike. She actually was one of the Bond girl, but played a role of a bad girl. And the heroine of this movie is Halle Berry, who is an American. She actually played an American spy. Alright, let's move to the next question. In the year 2012, which company unveils a robot designed to help in nuclear disasters? And the time starts now. So robotics has emerged as a major branch for technology development, and lately there has been certain very critical accidents in our nuclear power plant, and it's very hazardous for humans to go and fix those problems. So it is but natural to send a robotic probe into the nuclear reactor, because nuclear radiation will not affect the robot, and robot can actually behave and listen to the humans in the back end and repair the thing. So that was the need for development of this particular device. And let's see who have been able to give the answer. So I see Chandrasen saying Toshiba. All right, Chandrasen, let's see if your answer is right. Absolutely right, Chandrasen. Your answer is absolutely correct. So let's see if we have more questions left. All right, so we have come to the end of this quiz today, but don't go anywhere. Join me back tomorrow and we will start your day with the daily trivia. Thanks for joining me live. See you tomorrow, friends. Bye-bye.